so-called flying saucers.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. It's rotating.
Welcome to Kill the Stigma. So it's been a while since I've been gone. Remember the last episode I introduced a guy who's I think is doing really good work, Jason Samosa. You guys should definitely check out his channel. I would check out everything from the Clintons to the latest with Jack Valet and analysis of Messengers of Deception. It's just really fantastic. It's so good that I am like, I don't get anything for saying that, by the way, but it's just something I believe in. So, I mean, it's really good work. You just go check it out. Anyways, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Going through some changes in my life, and yeah, I just haven't had time. I've been busy. But I figured I'd do a little something, just kind of like, just touch base kind of thing, you know? There's been a lot going on in the last week or so from people in the executive branch speaking about UFOs, which I gotta say, I'm happy, but I'm very skeptical of anything that's coming out of the executive branch right now. And it's not like they've released much. They've just talked about UAP and UFOs, but you know, we all know what's going on down in the executive branch, and someone's acting very guilty. I'll just say that. And desperate to do whatever he can to take the attention away from the real problem. So I'm gonna try not to get into that, not try to get into politics, but it's still interesting the stuff they said, because it doesn't mean the stuff they said isn't true. I mean, JD Vance might be obsessed with UFOs, and do not forget the biggest slip of the tongue we've ever had from the most powerful person in the world, the president himself, right? What did the president say? I'll show you.
So this is what Donald Trump said.
And I believe you're doing something about.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I know I can't tell you who it was and what it was, but yeah. I can't really tell you. I'd love to tell you actually, but it's not a big
Did you see that? He said it's not up, and then he corrected himself.
Deal.
It's not.
It's not a big deal, then he said, but it kind of seemed like he was going to say it's not up to me. And if that's the case, who's it up to? Who has more power than the president of the United States to talk about this? Maybe I'm just imagining things. I don't know. But that was really important. And I think that UAP James caught it too. That's why he published this. And he has a really keen eye to catch these things. And yeah.
Not something frightening.
No, but I just, so obviously it's something that I know about, and it's not a problem at all.
It was legal.
Oh yeah, that was legal.
I believe you're doing something about.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I know I can't tell you who it was and what it was, but yeah. I can't really tell you. I'd love to tell you actually, but it's not a big deal.
Man, that's kind of difficult.
It's only flying through nuclear bases, closing military airspace, and critical infrastructure. It's really not a big deal. It's just, we can't do anything about it. It's shutting down airports and whatnot. But don't worry, it's not a big deal. It's you gotta believe me. We got this under control. It's legal. It's legal. Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know. Do you guys understand, right? You guys get exactly the vibe I'm putting out right now. Like, how suspicious are you guys right now? The president, when it comes to this topic, the president is not on the top. He's not in charge. I'm sure they sit him down if he wants to get briefed. A couple of people with the Air Force come in, and maybe some unknown people in black suits. They look like CIA or whatever. You don't really know who they are, though. They sit him down and they're like, listen, this is what's up. And it doesn't matter who you are, from Jimmy Carter to Donald Trump to whatever, just shut up. You know, it's something potentially dangerous, something serious, something your military, your United States, $1 trillion a year military can't do anything about. And that's what's going on. I am 100% sure. I'm just so sure of this, guys. I'm so sure. This is what's going on. So, I talked about it before. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. David Grush hinted at it. Carl Nell hinted at it. I mean, that's where this is going. So, I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Air Force lies. They obfuscate. The Biden administration, for crying out loud, came out and said they're hallucinations. They're not hallucinations. Look.
Now, I admit that orb above the Roswell base can get seriously debunked, but it could be a UAP too. I do think there's a secret conflict going on, something that we the public are not aware. I don't really understand it either, guys, but I get that vibe. And I'm sorry, I know vibes are not enough to... You can't just go and say, oh, I get that vibe, so I'm going to post a video. That's not research, but I still felt like saying it. I feel like there's some sort of shadow conflict, like some sort of secret war, you know? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I am. I don't know. I'm not sure. Could be. Possible. Totally possible. But anyways, I do think something serious is going on, 100%. There's different categories of the phenomena. You got, you know... Let me tell you how easy this is. What we got to deal with is figuring out ancient history, figuring out crop circles, figuring out conspiracy, figuring out the Air Force, you know, the aerial special investigations, figuring out, there's a conspiracy already, I don't know, figuring out abductions, figuring out Peruvian mummies, figuring out, we got a lot. There's mystery drones. Probably said that first, knowing me. Saucers, orbs, you know, getting to like CE5, whatever. Just throwing stuff out there. No, seriously, there's a lot. There's a lot, guys. There's so much to deal with. Cattle meter. What do you say? Cattle. Black helicopters. Which I've had, some problems with that, right? Guys want to know what I'm talking about, go to the most viewed video that I've had here. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Chinooks, Blackhawks, no big deal. I don't know why, I'm like not that important at all, but especially at that time, but anyways, not important right now either, just so you know. But anyways, it's interesting. There's so much to deal with, guys. There's so much. So let's keep on pressing for answers. I'm happy to be back, and I'll work on my setup. Deal.